Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane is recorded in front of a live audience. This show is for mature audiences only. Hello, you're Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Chet.
I'm Diane.
And we're joined with the awesome Peter. He's our producer for tonight. How you doing tonight there, Peter?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. Funny, I should say Wells, since of course Wells is out tonight again. But
Yes,
that's to my benefit.
He's doing his he's like at some type of online virtual type of date tonight. Because of the whole quarantine, he can't exactly do going out on the date, but he's actually going to do everything online right now. So
That's great. I participated in a virtual orgy this week myself, and that went beautifully.
Wow, that's crazy. How did that work exactly there, Peter?
Well, we all exchanged codes for our teledildonics devices so that we could operate them remotely. So some of us had
Teledildonics device?
Teledildonics. It's a field of essentially robotic sex toys that connect to one another over the internet.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
You can control if it's a vibrator or a stroker or something like a Sibian or something like that. Someone else over the internet can control the speed, the intensity, the vibration, the pattern, etc. So it's as close as you can get to sexually interacting with someone, but from a distance.
Wow, that's really awesome. We have not had anything like that before. It would be great if we could. It's something that we got to look into. But this is our Christmas special. I am Chet Hart. This is my lovely wife Diane. We are not sexual. We were not licensed sex therapists. We're just a couple who's had a lot of sex, and we want to share our input with the world, answer questions from callers. And Peter here is an actual sex toy expert and also specializes in polyamory and whatnot, some things that we don't really dive too far into, just being a monogamous couple that will have threesomes, and we've gone to a few orgies here and there before, but nothing as crazy as what Peter's done. So
Crazy is a little bit a word we like to not use in our community.
I apologize.
No offense taken.
I'm so sorry.
I correct that for our viewers
Yes,
and our listeners.
I'm sorry about that. Crazy isn't a good thing. Like, I'm crazy drunk right now, that sort of thing. So
I don't think you're helping your cause.
No, not at all. But so we have some callers coming in. Is that correct, Peter?
Yes, we do. Let's see. Our first caller is Danny. Danny Bananas.
Wow.
Danny's a huge fan of all of yours and has a special Christmas toy question for Chet and Diane. So let's let Danny in now.
All right.
See if this works. This is my first time with your new board, so let's see how it works.
We have a different layout tonight. So, hello, you're chatting, Talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Chet.
I'm Diane.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm really on the show, huh?
You are on the show right now, live streaming on YouTube. Is this Danny Bananas?
Incredible. Danny Bananas, yes. Here in the flesh where I am. So excited to be here. Chet, Diane, big fans. I'm fans of both of you.
Good.
Very excited to be on the call.
Yes. So what can we help you out with tonight there, Danny?
Yeah, well, I had some questions. I guess a few questions and things I need to reveal to you all. I hope this all goes well and everything's okay. But here we are in a time. I myself personally am just a bit outside the Strip in Vegas, in my humble abode. And the times are tough and you're getting a little bit lonely, so you're looking for some alternate ways in order to get your rocks off, if I will. I hope that's not too brash.
Nope, not at all.
Yes. So people have different proclivities and things, and now there's a lot of sophisticated technologies in that of the sex dolls. Right. So Danny Bananas, he goes out and he gets himself one of those sophisticated sex dolls.
Okay.
Right.
And I have it there in my house. And, here and there we're doing things. But all of a sudden, I realized this doll's kind of lonely. I should get a second doll.
Oh, 2 sex dolls to interact with each other, male or female?
Right. That's exactly right. One male now, one female to interact with each other. And now I can set them up kind of like some sort of an erotic, sexy dollhouse.
Yeah.
And have them doing things with each other. And sometimes I don't even get involved at all.
Well, that's a cuckling fetish right there. So that's something that a lot of people are into, just watching loved ones. In this case,
a female.
Yeah, in this case, your sex toy would be your partner, and you would get a second sex toy to have sex with it, and you would get off on that, or maybe join in on a threesome. Is that what you're looking for?
That's exactly what's been going on. Now, here's something. Now, here's where it gets a little dicey. As I said, there's sophisticated technologies these days in the industries of the sex dolls, and really you can get them in whatever fashion you'd like. And if you can acquire just some simple photographic evidence of a person, you can make the doll, therefore, in their likeness.
That's true.
What I'm trying to say is I got a Chet and Diane sex doll.
Oh, okay. Wow. I am honored.
Yeah.
Wow.
Danny Bananas has a Chet and Diane.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to
see this. And so sometimes I just sit back and watch you both go at it yourselves. And really, at some point, when the restrictions are lifted, I'd love to see if maybe I could get the two of you there live in the flesh to meet and maybe, do a little something with your likenesses in the form of my 2 sex dolls.
Maybe. We do have a strict policy of not
dating our callers.
Yeah, or interacting with them when someone calls in and whatnot. But
I don't even have to be involved at all. Honestly, my house is completely wired with webcams. So I could be watching you going at it with yourself from a completely different room.
Wow. Wow. That's great. I would really love to watch this. I don't know. Do you have like a link that you can send us? It's our website is Talkin Sex Live, talking with no G at gmail.com.
Well, what you're saying is you'd like to see the fantasy that I have in mind. So first, what you got to let me do is you got to let me order 2 more dolls.
Okay.
So then I'll have Chet and Diane going at it with Chet and Diane for Chet and Diane to give it a look at.
Okay.
So you'd see what would the thing that would actually be happening. So then by the time you get there, there's 2 sets of 2 of the dolls and the 2 of you. So then each of you will have 2 of your own self in order to, get the juices flowing, if you will.
All right.
Seems like it would get expensive.
That is very, it's
the price is, there's no price is not an issue with Danny Bananas. I did very good at the Baccarat table.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask what your profession is, Danny Bananas?
Professional ruffian. I'm that of a sort of space cowboy without the space. I made a lot of money gambling. I made a lot of money through balloon. I have a balloon enterprise, animals, regular balloons, birthday balloons, the balloons that you put little stuff inside, and then there's a balloon within a balloon. The ballooning kind of transferred me into condoms, really anything that blows up, latex, and hence the dolls. So easy access for Danny. Lots of money. Shell corporations, lots of shell corporations. Made a little money in gas, not oil, petroleum, natural gas.
Okay. So basically, your question is, it's not so much a question, is just, do you want to know if we want to partake in this? Yeah, your fantasy?
I suppose it wasn't so much of a question as an offer of what would it be like for Chet and Diane to one time get down with, in fact, Chet and Diane.
So I'm trying to picture this. Would I just be having sex with the Diane doll,
Or yourself.
or would I just be having sex with myself?
Well, I think maybe you'd start with the Diane doll, but at a certain point, you're such a sexy man. I think you're going to want to see what it's like to get with yourself.
Yeah, well,
I think some Chet on Chet action is what's being discussed here, and I think that's something that every person fantasizes about at some point in their lives of just how well they could please themselves if given the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I've thought of myself having a devil's triangle with Diane, but like no funny stuff going on in the.
Well, see, now you could have a devil's triangle with Diane, with yourself, you, and Diane, and maybe I'm in the room watching, maybe I'm in the other room, maybe you take the Danny Bananas doll, and the Danny Bananas doll is in there, because I got a couple made of myself. That was the first prototype, so a third voice that came in there, I do know what it's like, in fact. For Danny Bananas to be with Danny Bananas. I've been through the looking glass.
Got it. I understand.
I think Danny's offering you quite an opportunity here, Chet and Diane, that I think you might want to consider, especially Chet, if you have a comfort issue, perhaps with another gentleman participating with you and Diane. Well, you don't have to look into another man's eyes. You can look into your own.
Ah, that's a good idea. That's something. I don't know. It's a little narcissistic to have sex with yourself. Is it? I don't know. Would you do that, Peter? Would you have sex with yourself if you had a doll that looked exactly like you?
I have an I'll try anything twice policy.
Yeah,
so
too.
Absolutely.
Me too. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
Well,
we'll give
Peter,
it a shot.
we could get 2 dolls. We could get 2 dolls of you, Peter. And then you could try the thing once.
Right. A threesome of entirely my own making.
Yeah, no, it would be me and then 2 other Chets, and then I guess Diane, what would you want to do?
I don't know.
Would you masturbate to that? Would you masturbate to me having sex with 2 other?
2 of yourselves?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I'd get
Also, don't forget you've got several Diane dolls in the room. So you could see what it looks like on a Diane before trying it out, in fact, yourself.
I would always want to see a hot Diane on Diane action. That sounds amazing.
Imagine the oral chain you could have going with 3 Dianes and 3 Chets.
That would be like the human caterpillar.
It's a sexy human centipede, yeah.
Exactly.
Sexy human centipede.
It's centipede. I said caterpillar.
Whatever turns you on, Chet.
You're thinking hungry caterpillar.
What are you? We would love to do this to some extent. Again, we'll reach out to you. If you want to go ahead and send any links to our email address, talkinsexlive@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
We will be in contact. Danny, hopefully that was great chatting with you. I hope you have a happy holiday.
Same to you.
Thank you very much. And we'll be looking forward to reaching out to you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. We'll see each other soon, I'm sure, whether in real or latex doll form.
Yes. It's
yes.
A little creepy. Yes. That sounds great.
Okay. Right. That's Danny, a little creepy bananas. All right, bye-bye then.
Have a good night, Danny. Oh, wow. That was new. That was really new. Never really expected to do anything that's quite like that.
What generous callers you have, too.
Yeah, I was amazed that we got quite the fan base, actually. It seems like it's, I don't know. I'm really...
You're into that?
I don't know.
I feel like if we cross that line, then we're going to have to do it with somebody else. If we do it for this caller, then we're going to have to do it for that caller.
So his was more like we're not having sex with him. It's more, I think it was just about we're going to be part of this thing online.
It would be an opportunity he's offering you that in exchange he would get to watch.
Yeah.
Right.
And that, I don't know, it's just like Diane's OnlyFans account. And that's That's all it really is.
Mm-hmm.
And free sex toys, those things are like what, $15,000?
Tens of thousands of dollars each.
That's,
Depends on the customization.
yeah.
You can get them up into very high costs, and especially with the kind of robotics he was talking about too. Those are much pricier than the basic ones that you just you put in one position, it just holds there. So
it's like
again, very generous,
robot.
very
That's
generous.
very nice. I mean, to get 2 or 3 of them as well. That was
That's quite a party there.
Yeah, yeah. So, do we have another caller coming in there?
We do, yes. We have, according to my notes, we have Jane. And Jane's question is, how long into a relationship is it okay to wear your comfortable underwear around your boyfriend? So let's, we should have Jane on the line now.
Hello, you're
Hi,
talking.
you guys.
Hi, Jane.
I'm so glad you guys are.
Hello?
Go ahead.
My question is, how long into a relationship is it okay to start wearing your comfortable underwear?
Wow. I'm just curious as to what your comfortable underwear is. Is this like
Karate panties or?
Yeah, it just, the good old Hanes 100% cotton white briefs, the comfortable stuff, because Victoria's Secret card is maxed out, and I am just so sick of every night trying to wear something different that he likes. And, we've been together for quite a long time. But I mean, women can't do this the rest of their lives, right?
No. I mean, men stop wooing after what? 2 years into the relationship.
something like that? Just kind of let ourselves go. Diane and I have a strict let's not do that. But you start getting comfortable with your partner at first. Like flatulence isn't, and it just, you guys don't at all. You just pretend that each other's, you don't fart at all. But
much.
Then you're just like one sneaks out, and then all of a sudden it's
the gates of hell.
it's the fart
released.
fest. It's a Dutch oven in the bed. Every night, and it's funny, and then it kind of it loses some of the romance, but it's just, it all depends on how comfortable you are.
Yeah, and how sexy you feel in them.
Yeah. Mainly when you're around your partner, you want to be comfortable. You want to be yourself. You don't want to ever try to be somebody that you're not. And if you feel that you're in the long run, if you're trying to be somebody that you're not, you're going to not be happy, basically. So you're going to want to seek out somebody who will validate who you really are, whether it be sexually or emotionally or intellectually. You'll want to be with someone who will just accept you for what you really are. If you feel that you want to be comfortable in underwear that's just cotton and white, you know what? If he really loves you, he's going to find you sexy no matter what. So,
you really think so?
Oh, of course. But how far along are you in this relationship with him?
It'll be 4 years, New Year's Eve.
Oh gosh,
Oh yeah,
4 years.
That's perfectly fine to do that. Then.
Yeah, I mean,
that's more than enough time.
That's like you should be watching me take a dump now. Like type of comfortable. No?
Yeah, we have no problem there.
Oh,
we're good on that.
It's just the underwear. Got it. I mean, is there something kind of ingrained in your head about this underwear that you can't get around? It's more of like, did you have a bad experience?
His last wife was a former model.
Oh,
okay.
And I've seen her Instagram photos. I mean, I still look at her Instagram, and I just feel like I have to, be like that, all of the time, including at night,
May I ask, does he still look at her Instagram, or is that just you?
I hope. I hope not.
Okay.
I really hope not. You know.
Okay. Do you have an
It's
Instagram
public.
account as well?
You know, the
or-
bitch has to put it as public. I'm sorry. What was that?
Do you have an Instagram account as well? That
Well, yeah.
okay.
Everybody has an Instagram account.
Well,
Yes.
Chet.
Is she perhaps an underwear model?
Yes.
oh, wow.
Oh.
Maybe that's what's kind of getting to it there. But
Yeah, it
you
could
know
just
what?
be a little insecurity there, and just accept yourself as you are. I'm sure you're a beautiful woman.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh.
Diane doesn't wear underwear, so
No.
that's something that we don't have a whole lot of traction in. And
That might be an interesting compromise that you might consider. I mean, what's arguably more comfortable than no underwear?
Nothing.
exactly.
You know, I didn't think about that. I mean,
See-
that's full on freedom right there.
Yeah,
No, it's
just
so freedom. You won't get yeast infections, or
yeah.
it's just so much better for your vagina too, overall.
See, I like some support. I don't like to have my penis
You don't have
flopping
a
around.
vagina.
That's
though.
true.
You're
I
not
don't.
gonna get a yeast
Yeah, I'm
infection.
not going to get. Well, I mean,
you
you can,
can,
but
yeah,
it's
it's a little
not.
different. But yeah, for me, it's more about I just need the support and walking around. I don't want everything dangling around and
I
whatnot.
don't like your doodle
No, I mean,
wiggling around all over
Slapping
the
It's
place.
back
also
and forth.
dangerous. I mean, it's really dangerous
It is.
for guys to do
Yeah.
that.
yeah, you can get it caught on stuff or burn.
It's a skill.
Yeah.
It's a skill.
So, but really, maybe that's a compromise. Just
Mm-hmm.
be like, you know what? I'm comfortable. I'm just gonna walk around naked. And if your partner's into you, I can guarantee you he will not object. Not at all. Like I don't
Okay.
object to Diane not having underwear on.
It certainly sounds like the best way to one up an underwear model would be to just remove the underwear.
Exactly.
I never thought of it that way. That's
Mhm.
true.
I think we got around to a good solution here. So
Yeah.
no underwear it is. Merry Christmas. Just put a big
No.
bow.
And I'll save so much money.
Oh, of course. Yeah, underwear is very expensive, and there's like hardly any fabric there. It just doesn't make any sense to
It's
me.
a lot, especially if you're shopping from
Absolutely
like
not.
Victoria's Secret. They
Yeah,
can
yeah.
run pretty pricey.
Yeah, I made bills over $3,000.
Yikes! Yeah, you
Well, not the
cut
bill,
that
but the
back
balance. You
right
know.
away.
Yes.
So, hopefully, you are you're satisfied with that answer. I hope you have a happy holiday and stay safe out there.
Thank you. You too. Thank you again for taking my call.
Yeah,
No
no
problem.
problem. Have
Happy
a good
holidays.
happy holidays. Have a good evening.
Happy holidays to you.
Wow, that was something.
It's hard being when you compare yourself to a former lover. I think everyone goes through that. I once dated a fleshlight model,
Ooh.
and I know that was a bit of an issue for some of my later relationships, but most of them understood. I'm with you now. I'm not with her anymore.
So a fleshlight model is basically it. So
She models her. She gets a mold
Vagina,
of her vagina,
her
right?
labia
Yeah.
for the.
That is something they do as well, although that's usually for porn stars. In this case, it's just one of the women who shows off the fleshlight models on the website.
I thought
yes.
it was her actual vagina.
That's what I thought.
Not
That
in
doesn't seem
her
nearly
case,
as
no.
Because,
bad.
like, you know how they
Right.
make dildos, they put a
Right.
mold around your penis.
As
put
we
the
all have,
silicone-
yes.
Yes, I mean, I've made one.
Yeah.
But I'd never heard of that for a fleshlight vagina. So
Well, they do yes, they absolutely have those. All the biggest porn stars have fleshlights modeled after them. Now
Got
it's I always chuckle slightly because they're only modeling the exterior, which
Yeah.
of course is the visual component, and it's if you're a big fan of that particular actress, then you know it well. I imagine most people though would want to know what it's like, what the experience is of her actual vagina itself, because of course
inside.
you're modeling the vulva, but they can't do that safely because that creates all sorts of potential for infection for the woman if they were
you
to.
can't
yeah,
put silicone inside of your
No.
vaginal canal. That's just that's
Yeah.
bad news. Bears.
So unfortunately, that's a horizon we'll probably never cross over. But
Got it. So this is Christmas. This is our Christmas special, and we are going to go ahead and we're sending Peter and I and Diane and myself, we're sending each other gifts. Since we're in quarantine, we can't just give it to each other. So we'll go ahead and go first. Peter, here is what we have for you. This is our gift. So this is, I don't know if you have this, but it can be viewed as either
a fleshlight,
or
dildo,
a pocket pussy, or a sleeve. So it's 3-in-1. I think it's quite amazing. I'm
not sure if you're sharing it with the audience because I'm not seeing it on the screen.
We are sharing it with the audience.
Oh, okay, great. All right, no problem.
But yeah, so...
Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now. Oh, that's fantastic.
Got it. Yes, so you can put your penis in it like it's a pocket pussy. And if you happen to be with a female who's you're not equipped to please her, it's a sleeve. And in the case you or your partner want to go ahead and use this, it's also a dildo.
I can also see how perhaps if you're with a partner who has a penis, you could insert that into yourself, and then they could insert their penis into it, and so it could be a way, for instance, for a person who doesn't have a vagina to allow someone who wants to insert into a vagina to do so while also penetrating them. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, this is. I didn't see that on your shelf. I'm sure you had some other in the inventory that was not quite that. But maybe. But hopefully you'll enjoy it.
I look forward to it.
It's in the mail. It should arrive before Christmas.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And I have a couple items for you too.
Okay.
Let's see if you can see these. I am sharing my screen. I don't know if.
Hold up and
you're green.
And you turn green. Very festive.
Oh.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Yep. Look at that. So
you can see the screen at least now.
Hugo Black.
Yes. So this is for you, Chet.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, this is a prostate massager, and it has a remote control.
Very nice.
I'm
for
sorry,
Diane, right?
Yep, exactly. Or for whomever, and so this gets inserted into your rectum and then placed up against your prostate. It can be used while you're having sex or solo, and it produces a very, very pleasant vibration, both against the prostate and against the perineum, and it can bring you to an incredibly intense orgasm, the type that without one you would never have experienced and you wouldn't even know.
Wow, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is from Lilo. Lilo's a very popular brand that makes very high quality toys.
Wow.
So
$219. That is like a Cadillac.
I shouldn't have shown you the.
It's okay.
But in fairness, I have connections to these companies, so not to suggest that I have the kind of budget to drop this kind of money on you guys. Not that you're not worth it.
It's a fraction of the cost of what would it actually cost to produce it, right?
And
so
then
you had a second one. Oh,
for Diane here, this is the Osei. This is actually the sequel, the Osei 2. This was famous because this won an award at CES a few years ago, and then the people who ran CES actually revoked the award because they decided that it was too vulgar for CES, even though they had allowed it on the floor. And it created quite a storm in the tech and sex toy community because, again, CES had all these draconian ideas of what was and wasn't acceptable at CES, and eventually they changed their policies to allow sex toys in again. And so this won their robotics innovation of the year award. It creates a blended orgasm of G-spot and clitoral stimulation, and it's unlike any other toy that's ever been invented before. And I think you'll have a wonderful time.
So there's a little hole in it there. I can see where is that supposed to like.
That lines up with the clitoris.
That just sucks it on it, or
it's kind of a pressure, a vacuum pressure placed against the clitoris, and the other part is inserted against the G spot, and so it combined it creates what they call a blended orgasm. Which I'm disappointed I'm not equipped to try it myself, but I've heard wonderful things about it.
Wow. Well, it looks like. Diane won't be needing me much longer, and we're just going to go ahead and just use
Off
our
to
sex
the
toys.
island of
Yes.
my ex-boyfriend.
We're just going to be in separate rooms for the next 2 weeks. By the way,
As long as you're happy.
we are at our cabin outside of Aspen here and still enjoying the holidays. But yeah, we're going to look forward to getting back to LA and grabbing those new toys when they arrive and having a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Peter.
Absolutely.
So, do we have
do have our next
else?
caller waiting. Yes.
Okay, great.
Let's see. This is Bill Sporman, who'd like to know how we can break his kink so he can be normal again. Ooh, that's concerning. All right. All right. I think we have Bill on the line now.
Hello, you're Talking Sex Live.
With Chet and Diane.
I'm Chet.
I'm Diane.
Hi there, Bill Sporman here.
It's a great name, Bill.
Great to be on here. Thank you so much for having me.
What can we do for you tonight, there, Bill? Yes, I heard you had a little problem with breaking your kink.
Yeah. God. First, I want to let you know, Bill Sporman is not my real name.
Okay. No problem.
And I'm not a real person, and if you happen to be my steelwork or employer, I am not your employee.
Got it. That's
okay.
We
now
have
that that's
no
out of the way. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. But anyways.
So
look. So a couple of years ago, I had a girlfriend at the time, and we had what a great Christmas we had in southern Indiana. God, what a day it was, and what a night it ended up being. We had some of the most beautiful gift exchanges anyone could ever ask for, and we made love under that tree.
Okay.
All right.
God, I'll never forget the feeling of the way she topped me with the pine needles just sticking up my back and all the rest of my sides. Okay? All right. Anyways, since then, we've not remained together. And so it's been very difficult for me to keep it together, up, as it were, if I am not fucking somebody underneath a Christmas tree.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. That's a typical.
It could be that you have.
So I will continue. What has happened is that now I have turned into a full year Christmas guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And
full beard.
That is problematic.
Okay.
It's problematic, my friends. Whoever you are in your Aspen condo. How do I get out of it? How do I get out of it?
Well, are you over your ex? Can I ask you that question?
What kind of question is that? Why would I be calling you in and talking about? No, of course not.
Yeah. So I always like to say that to not be ashamed of your fetishes, to embrace it, to be sex positive, to say, you know what, this is what turns me on, and it's okay. As long as it's safe, sane, and consensual, you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anybody else, and it's okay with your partner, then it's all right to embrace whatever turns you on. So are you more scared about not being, like, in your mind normal? Or I mean, it's okay if you want to get off 365 days of the year underneath the Christmas tree.
Chet, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Once a year, from the day after Thanksgiving till sometime in mid-January, I am unstoppable.
Got it.
All right. And it's fine.
It's holiday season. Everything is as romantic as it should be. But gosh darn it, once you hit MLK Day, nobody wants to be fucked under a tree anymore. And that's coming from a man from southern Indiana.
Okay.
Bill, might I ask a question here? Because it sounds like you have quite a literal fetish here, since a fetish does mean you're reliant on a specific stimulus to be able to get off. But I wonder, does it affect you in other ways? For instance, if you find yourself in a overly Christmas decorated office, perhaps at your steelworker office, do you find yourself overly aroused and perhaps unable to control your attractions? Does it manifest in such a way?
I mean, I come in my pants a little, but it doesn't stop me from working.
I mean, do you get turned on by other Christmas themed activities? Like if you see
Elf on a Shelf or
God,
Eggnog.
one of the Elf on the Shelf for sure.
Okay.
But when they started doing Christmas in July, and I swear to God, wasn't that the best day of my life here?
Yes. Well, I mean, you have a few different options. Like I was saying, you can embrace this. You can always move north to like someplace in Alaska or the Yukon, and just where there's constantly it looks like it's Christmas all the time, or someplace close to the North Pole. Actually,
Perhaps a pine forest?
yeah, or you can just own a Christmas tree farm. They have those all over in Oregon. Or I'm sure Indiana could probably start its own Christmas tree farm.
Yeah. The solution is to always just to own something, isn't it?
Sure.
Fucking capitalist call-in show.
Yes.
But you wanted to find a way to
You want to help yourself out.
yourself being.
Like, yeah, or do you just...
Did you say you wanted to have normal sex? Was that your question in the beginning, though?
I want to stop needing the Christmas trees to do this.
Got it.
Right.
How do I break this? How do I start a normal life?
Well,
Lead a normal steelworker life. Lay a normal steelworker woman.
right.
Go to a bar and not have to take her out into the forest to lay her.
Well, like anything, once you start something, it's going to be challenging in the beginning. I would start slow at first. You could try to go on a date with a woman and then take her back to your place and maybe have just some, I don't know, tree bark near the bed.
Yeah, like
And
wean
just-
yourself off of it,
Yeah,
basically.
slowly. Just to.
Perhaps one starting place you could consider is maybe an older woman in a red coat, white fur line, someone who might evoke a certain Mrs. Claus image that might help you not necessarily have the Christmas tree involved, but put you in the Christmas. All right. Sounds like
I
that
think
might be
he's
working.
jerking off right now, actually.
That might be working for Bill. Yeah.
I think he's jerking off to that image.
I think we might have found a possible solution.
I'm sorry.
All right. I was just going to suggest...
It's so tough. It's so tough.
Yes. I was going to suggest something real simple as just buying... Right now you could find those, the Glade plug-ins or the essential oil, just the pine or just pine candles. And scent. There you go. There it is again.
Perhaps some of those...
I'm sorry.
That seems to be working for him.
So scent
some of the cinnamon pine cones you
there
could
you
put
go.
around your home. Yeah.
Just scent in the erogenous zone, like the smell, will really trigger memories and bring that up. And he is still just thrusting right now.
I'm catching my breath. I'm listening.
Okay, good. So I would suggest that, and
Bring
maybe
me back to my high school days.
yes,
And then get random teachers call you on the phone.
and then
Perhaps a candy cane butt plug might be something
Yes.
you would consider.
yes, that is on our poster. But yeah,
Look, I need you guys to solve my problem right
Well,
now.
I mean,
as
yeah.
quickly as you possibly can.
Got
I
it.
am legitimately underneath the tree in Rockefeller Center right now.
I would
sure
not
something's
jerk
a
off
rock right now.
in front of. Well, I'm sure there's probably not a whole lot of
It's
people
already
around.
happening.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Listen, sir. I would suggest there's no instant cure-all to this.
Officer,
You're just
officer, I'm almost done.
all right. It looks like he's getting arrested right now for public masturbation. Is he still there? I think he might be gone.
Yeah, I think that,
Okay, there he is.
Yeah,
All right. Where did you get away?
there. Can you believe they're still ice skating over here?
No, I
In the
thought it shut
pandemic.
down.
In the
Yeah.
pandemic, for God's sake.
Wow,
Oh.
that's insane. But
I am up in the middle of the tree. I think I have bought myself some time. While you solve my problem, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we should
yeah.
Yeah.
I
let you go.
I think this is going to be a work in progress
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
Bill. You've got to commit to it and find small steps.
I would just suggest to start out slow and just kind of wean yourself off of it. I think the scent is the way to go, and just
God,
tone
thank
it
you
back.
guys so much. Oh, God, they got the tasers out. Oh, yeah. Oh!
Man, well,
Oh.
New York right
Yes.
now, that's amazing that there's still ice skating out there,
Yeah.
and that they, well, good for him, you know,
They
he's
commit.
doing what he likes. So, but again, safe, sane, consensual,
Well,
right?
it's not really
Yeah.
sane.
No,
Or
that was-
Yeah, no, and I worry about him because he
Or
seems so committed
consensual
to
the people.
trying to move away from what's working for him. And maybe he needs to embrace it instead. I mean, some people love Christmas year round.
Yeah.
He could find someone who's into that.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are a lot of people who have Christmas decorations around their house year round, and they just love it so much. I think that he could find one of those individuals, just because I'm sure those individuals are probably wanting a partner because they're a little rare. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
It's interesting.
very interesting stuff. I'm thankful for you, Peter. I'm thankful for Wells. Most definitely, I'm thankful for Diane here. We're going to head off into the bedroom, enjoy the snowfall, and make love until Christmas Day. Peter, I hope you have a good night.
I intend to.
Good.
Gonna try out some new toys.
Yes, your new toy will arrive, I heard, on Tuesday, so it'll be there in
great.
time for Christmas. And I am I'm looking forward to getting back and just, spending some me time and Diane spending some her time. And then we will also maybe get some sex dolls of ourselves in the mail. So, yeah. So, also looking forward to that. But, stay safe out there. Thank you so much, Peter. Stay sex positive, everybody. Happy holidays, and have a good night, everybody.